Hey, haven't you been wanting to start a podcast?
Yeah, but doesn't it take a lot to make one?
Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's free, and it's the easiest way to make a podcast. On top of that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Oh, that sounds amazing. But doesn't it take a lot of work to put my podcast on different platforms?
Actually, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
That sounds fantastic.
On top of that, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So where do I get started?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz. I'm here with Tyrant, Dominus, aka Jesus.
Hello.
And if it's your first time listening, we hope you follow or subscribe. It's free, and you can always unfollow or unsubscribe. So let's get into the episode. So how you doing, Jesus? I know you're gonna blow up at me.
Oh, no, it's fine. There's a lot of stories actually I want to talk about besides that. A lot.
I know. I'm doomed.
Let's start with this one.
No, how are you?
Oh, I'm not doing
What
that
are you
great.
doing?
I'm not doing that
I
great.
know.
But it's fine. I want to skip over that overall. If anyone's been following me on my socials, they know. So if you want to keep track of that, go follow me on my socials. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get into stories because we don't really have that much time, and I don't know how long my voice is gonna be. So
Okay.
we're gonna start with a big story, and we're gonna get a little bit of an introduction with someone we've listened to before, our boy Charlie, who's gonna give us a little rundown. Before we get started, do you know what Roblox is, Liz?
Yes, I do. My daughter plays it fairly frequently.
Yeah. So Roblox is one of the biggest, if not to say the largest, child game, not only on mobile, computer, but also on YouTube. But more recently, there's been some updates, but we're gonna go with this video first. So I'm gonna share it. You guys are gonna hear it. So we're gonna get a little bit of a recap.
Students with ADHD save 10 hours.
Get rid of the... Okay, I'm going to share my screen like always. Wait, what? Not share screen. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
And I apologize for any noise you guys hear. They're painting outside my room today.
Okay. So a YouTuber, a little while back, was doing a kind of what we were talking about before, a little bit of an expose on Roblox and their community, and they are getting sued for $1.6 million. Shut them up. So let's ready? We're gonna hear a little bit into it.
$1.6 million. When I first read that headline, I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, they finally went after Jim Wool, the elusive boogeyman of Roblox. But it turns out it has nothing to do with Jim Wool or his evil crime syndicate. This is an absolutely wild story that I just wanted to talk about today. I'm sure all of you have heard of Roblox before, and if you're a parent, then you're probably already having a PTSD episode right now with all the money your kids have stolen from you just to buy Robux with it behind your back.
Luckily, Earth has not had to do. She's probably.
Oh, because I have made sure I blocked all that crap.
But she has spent.
She's done it to my uncle. She's done it to her uncle, but not me.
So she has done it. So never mind.
Yes.
So she.
But not me.
But she's been.
Her dad.
She's been caught red-handed before. There we go.
Yes.
Oh.
Bruh.
But, so this is kind of what happened.
It's a game that is arguably the most popular and most profitable game in the world. And a couple days ago, it was announced that they were suing a YouTuber named Ruben Sim, a Roblox YouTuber who has 700,000 subscribers, and the lawsuit has some crazy allegations against him. It looks like we might have to add another name to the Roblox wiki list of the most controversial Roblox players of all time. They have this cool wall of shame where they immortalize.
Okay, we don't need to talk about the wall of shame. Let's talk.
Now, I'd like to clarify a little bit further on this. The way they say he hacked Roblox and violated their terms were he would circumvent being banned by making other accounts or using a VPN to make other accounts in order to continue to play Roblox. And they're calling it hacking in the lawsuit, I think. That's kind of the impression I got. I wouldn't necessarily say that's the traditional definition of hacking, but it is a violation of their user agreement. It just gets a little muddled when they say, like, you know, the anonymous hacker 4chan recently circumvented Roblox's anti-hacking rules by using a VPN and making another account.
So, kind of, yeah, so some of the things that they were alleging were some of the things against their policy. Like all the things we skip when it says, like, read terms of services. Have you ever read the terms of services on anything?
No. I'm guilty.
I don't think anyone does. There's like, I think I once spent a little time just kind of scrolling through a couple just to see, because there's some funny stuff they put in there on certain companies that is just jumbled garbage, but it's like just funny jumbled garbage. But yeah, I'm trying to see. No, there was I should have.
That's the dumbest shit I think I've ever read. Now again, I'm not Santa Claus. I don't know who's naughty and nice. I don't know what's real and what's not about this with the allegations. In response to this lawsuit coming to light, Ruben Sim has deleted every single one of his tweets except for a single one, which is just a GIF. He did have a tweet before deleting them that he left up shortly where he said he wasn't going to be talking about the case because he wanted to make it as easy as possible on his legal team to handle it, and he thought by talking about it, it would make their job harder. And I think that was a very smart play by him. But
actually, there is one other video that kind of explains a bit more. Are you? I think you are talking. Oh, there we go.
Always.
The first debit card that lets cute little it's actually bigger information than you could imagine. Because if they were to be successful, it could potentially open the case for a bunch of other YouTubers or other ne'er-do-wells that companies don't necessarily like in regards to their own respective video games and potentially pursue legal threats. I mean, think about it like this. Imagine criticizing Rockstar Games for their terrible viewpoints of Grand Theft Auto, how they treat their games, and imagine potentially facing legal action by Take-Two themselves. This is scary, okay? Going up against multi-billion-dollar companies as a sole person is probably one of the fearful things that you can do in your entire life.
It's kind of sort of what we were talking before about, like we were talking about before about trying to talk, like we talk a lot of garbage on this show, but sometimes we do criticize when criticism is needed, right? Since we're not as big as anyone, so we're just like a fly to, but if somehow when a clip or two rises and we start getting eyes from someone on top, we could possibly get first. I think it's slander. I think
That's slander.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that for smaller creators or people, like for anyone who's like it basically is a David and Goliath mentality, right? Not all of us has. What did he do? Did he have a sling, or was it? I forget the story of David. All I know is he like did something, killed the. In a while.
But to understand, do they have any course against Ruben Sims? Now, this is actually a rather big case, and we got to go into a lot of things. But to start off with, a bunch of people came to me and told me more about the history regarding Ruben Sims and Roblox and, well, just a whole general spiel that we have to get into. But before we start this off, ladies and gentlemen, we have to touch upon the fact of what is Roblox. Is it a video game? Is it a metaverse? Is it possibly the answer to life's questions?
Okay,
well,
we don't really need to.
They don't need that.
No. Well, the most you need to know is like Roblox is a weird environment because it is like its own little like metaverse. There's communities and everything else.
And cyberpunky as that sounds, this is the next big business. Now, Roblox has went beyond just gaming, okay? In fact, literally in 2021 November, the British Fashion Council and Gucci, yes, Gucci, cemented their place in the metaverse too. They actually work with Roblox, and I believe it or not, they've had a good old-fashioned award show within Roblox. Imagine an award show for fashion in a game where the characters are literally rectangular in nature.
This is a kid's game.
I don't know,
Remember that.
I don't get it, but Gucci apparently did, and their minds are smarter than I. Then again, they also sold an Xbox for like 10,000 from last I remembered, so it's wild. Lil Nas X, one of the biggest rappers in the world right now, has actually had a concert.
I didn't know about that.
One that I even frankly
I think
attended.
I might have heard that briefly.
It was a fun little event. You got to play Roblox for a little bit, meet some new people, and go to an event, go to a concert. This is the future, okay? The metaverse is the future in a lot of ways, because for certain events, doing them online is now a very big possibility, and it doesn't involve sitting in front of a fucking Zoom call for hours on end. Now, it shouldn't come as a shock to you that a game about oofing is very popular with the kids. Roblox might be one of the most popular pieces of software amongst the younger generation.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
It wouldn't be a stretch to say that a large percentage of Roblox's population may not even be able to read yet. Some of them may even be wearing diapers. Now, if you think about it, Minecraft is a game that's geared towards kids, but plenty of adults play it. Pokemon, game obviously marketed towards kids, but plenty of adults play that stuff. Roblox is a game that frankly goes under the radar too much. In front of our community, it always seems like a giant meme, but if you see any child, this is all that they play. I know about Roblox a lot from my younger sort of cousins, okay?
Actually, because Earth doesn't play as much Roblox anymore.
No, not as much as she used to when she was a little bit.
Yeah, she used to play hours on end on those things, didn't she?
But she would switch it around. It's not always constant. She always was, as a woman, fickle-minded, and be playing Roblox one day, Minecraft the next, and then it always switched up. It wasn't always consistent. So, and if she did, she played for about a week, and then she switched off to something else. So,
all right.
Okay, these are people that are like 8 to 9 years old. They're just touching 10. For them, Roblox is basically a nice hot day at the park with your friends, okay? They sit down, they fire up their iPads, and they play some fucking Bed Wars, okay? This is how Roblox operates. And with that demographic, it might be one of the most popular games out there.
Yeah, that's about right.
Roblox's big benefit is basically being so easy to access. This thing could run on your grandmother's vibrator at this point. So basically sitting down and playing Roblox on a low-end iPad, a low-end tablet, low-end computer, a cell phone, all the way up to the highest-end computers or Xbox devices, you can sit down and play all those Roblox games with your friends. It's a great way to distribute and play these titles with anyone. Roblox has a million type of games too. Adopt Me. Hell, just last month, the entire YouTube space was playing Squid.
Oh yeah, everyone was playing Squid Game on Roblox. That's where Earth wanted to watch Squid Game. Because it got popular.
I was playing some of the games too at 7 point, and I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, but then once you saw the show, you understood.
Yeah, and I was like, well, technically, I honestly thought about it. She could probably watch most of the shows, except for like one scene, the bathroom scene.
The bathroom scene. Yes, for us, that's the awkward Thanksgiving dinner scene.
Yes.
All right, continue.
Squid Games within Roblox. But this also brings up another big question. Roblox's reliance on copyright infringing materials. That will be a later touch into the video, because there's a fair amount of Roblox controversies we got to get into. Now, if we go onto YouTube just alone, and this is not the best metric, but YouTube Gaming shows you top live games. For instance, Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's kind of what we're going to dive into. some of the that Roblox
71,000 people are watching GTA 5 right now. In fact, if you view some of these streams, you can absolutely... Whoa! Whoa! Okay. That's certainly not GTA from what I expected. I thought there would be a lot more roleplay, not Shark and Spider-Man. That's rather interesting. But yeah, you can see that GTA is always filled with, man, there's a lot of Spider-Man and Avengers characters on lawnmowers. What is happening with the fucking algorithm, dude? I gotta really question this. Buying every supersonic for $1 in GTA 5.
This is YouTube.
Right, okay, let's get to a more I think GTA might be a more kid-friendly game than Roblox. God damn. Okay, Roblox has 4,500 people watching, and it actually might be more adult than the GTA section. But if you look into Roblox, most of the content creation is obviously geared towards the kids, all right? In certain cases, you can find games like Roblox Brookhaven RP. I don't know if this is a prison thing, but wanna do it? Emoji, emoji, emoji.
You gotta love.
Hey, dude, I even made it into the Roblox thing. God damn! Woo! I feel honored, man. That's the best. That's the peak of my YouTube career. But you can also find that Roblox has a lot of RDC material. In fact, very recently from Roblox, they had the Roblox Developer Conference. This is a place where the many developers, the people who are actually creating all the games behind Roblox, come together to basically conference over the future and what ultimately will make them hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
That's another thing about Roblox. What's cool, well, I like the idea about Roblox too. Like, I've never played it, but I like the idea that it's also a system where you can make your own games. Like, it has the environment to be able to do whatever, because that's what Roblox is. It's kind of like a sandbox where you can just make games for other people to play.
Yeah, it really is. And then on top of it, you know, it. I feel like it's like Minecraft too, on top of it, because you are kind of computer coding.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it. But anyone can do it. Like, if you take a little time to learn some of the basic stuff, and even earn a little money, apparently.
Mm.
Okay, this is the focal point we'll be touching on later, but it is pretty popular. It's a big deal. For Roblox, their investor days and their RDC conferences are sort of the pipeline that keeps the lights on. Escaping the daycare obby in Roblox. God,
there's some crazy stuff on Roblox.
Video like that. Escaping the
she has played some of that similar stuff.
Roblox banned P game. Every time I do Roblox, we always got to mention Flamingo in there. Why would a P game be banned? Unless it's Roblox China, but we'll get to that in a bit too. Now, to understand this level of content creation, obviously a lot of these people gear towards children. There is one creator mentioned at the beginning of this video that is much more adult in oriented nature, okay? This is Ruben Sim, okay? Ruben Sim is the type of guy to make videos like sneaking Chinese Roblox users over the firewall. In this video, Ruben basically goes in and breaks into the Chinese version of Roblox, because Roblox, like most American tech companies, are banned in China. Therefore, they have to make an original version of their product that caters to their players only. This is Roblox China, okay? And if you're wondering why you can't read anything, I can't either, because I didn't install the Chinese text packs in my operating system. I'm sorry. But they've got an entire thing going on, some collaboration and everything. What is really funny about this is what is required to get in. If you're a developer for Chinese Roblox, there are a couple of guidelines you have to follow.
There's a lot. So yeah, this guy did a lot to get the eyes of Roblox team on him. It's crazy. But luckily, what happened recently is the lawsuit has actually been overturned.
What?
Yes.
I hear anything about that?
Yeah. But no one talks about YouTube news. The big media doesn't care. Let's see here. Where is the big one? That speaks out. Where? But yeah, so it's crazy. There's a lot. Where is it?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money, but yet no one talks about it, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Gotta go. Roblox lost. Okay.
The Spark notes here for your book report. YouTuber named Ruben Sim. He's made multiple videos exposing some very bad actors in the community, such as open pedophiles that literally admit to pedophilia and preying on kids on the Roblox platform. Well, using the Roblox platform, they prey on kids on Discord, and they're very open about it. Ruben would call them out, try and report them. Roblox didn't do anything about it. Ruben also called out a former employee of Roblox who, as the social media manager of Roblox, also was running a porn blog on the side, which was also open and public, so it's just very disturbing. He would highlight these issues, as well as, from what I understand, he also made like troll posts on Twitter or something. Again, I'm not super familiar with Ruben's content, so I don't know too much about it.
Oh, that's a lot more. I forgot about that. Yeah. There's a lot to do. That's pedophile on Roblox too. I forgot a bunch. Really forgot about that.
They might only know like these key facts. And a month ago, the Roblox team slapped them with a lawsuit demanding at least $1.6 million in damages. And this was going to look to be a long court battle that would really fuck Ruben's ass. It's extremely expensive to fight in court for a normal person, but for a multi-billion-dollar company, they could have just funneled money into their legal team's mouth for years and kept Ruben bleeding. If
you gotta love big business.
Corporations.
They wanted to do that. Ruben, in defense of these horrible allegations, and there were some terrible stuff Roblox said that Ruben had engaged in, he was planning to release a 3-part series defending himself and highlighting how those were lies, misleading, or just blatantly wrong. And he only released part 1 before Roblox folded. He posted this tweet just about an hour before I posted my video yesterday, so I looked like such a fucking idiot because I was late.
That's not that bad. At least it didn't end up to be a stretch, because this could have hurt him financially. Like, for as much, what sucks is, for as much in the right he might have been, it could have like ruined him financially. That's what sucks is like when you're trying to inform the public about so much, like we were talking about, where it can damage you. It can just damage you. But that's kind of really it. That's the big story that no one's talking about that happened the other day. So literally it was a $1 million lawsuit, and you did not hear anything about that.
Yeah.
But
She was... Ursula knew about it. I was like, oh, okay.
but yeah, so that's about it for that one. Let's get into some of crazier stories on our list.
Yeah,
what was
there's
that?
quite plenty of them.
There's there could be that one. Where is it? This one. We've been talking about money a lot lately. About the governor of, where is it? The governor of California, I think. Yeah, the governor of California is offering college students $10,000 for public services. So if you work, so if you work for 450 hours of service, each student will get roughly about $10,000 towards their education and get academic credits. So
Nice.
That's not bad. You know, someone actually did the math on that. You know how much that is?
150 hours, is that right?
450, yeah. Unless you want to just pull up a calculator. Yeah.
So roughly about 40 hours a week. We're looking at 10 weeks. So a little over. Work an extra 40 on top of it just to make it like sealed deal and done. You good? 11 weeks maybe?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
They would be making about close to $23 an hour for their education. Yeah, and a lot of people were not happy about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, college is expensive, and the debt is just ridiculous.
That's a whole separate discussion. Totally.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, yeah.
Telling the truth here.
Like
you know, to be a pharmacist is $500,000. Like, that's $500,000 rolling around.
That is crazy. A lot else there's a lot of people who do. Apparently, for a tweet that happened recently, apparently some business students think the average household income of the United States is 800,000 a year.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, and those are
In that household.
that's what a lot of people are saying. It's probably the what the because that's what it is. It's another that's another that we can get to a little bit about that. It's one of those things that's like what your environment is. That's what you're used to. So that's what your average is. Like for like I would say the average for my experience for my lifetime would be in the what apparently is the average. Apparently there's a couple different statistics out there at the moment, but the one that everyone kind of seems to agree that the average is 52,000 a year, and that's close to what I believe. I would have thought. I would have said 40. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But I understand for those who live in a higher bracket that their estimation would be a lot higher. I was not expecting 800,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just
To make a quarter of that, maybe.
So yeah, it's just like they're because a lot of people were giving people grief because some people just don't understand because that's not their environment, and it's just it's all about, I don't know, it's weird to kind of talk about that when it's also their business students too.
Yeah, but I call it old money because I know there's still old money rolling around, and they made great financial decisions in their lifetimes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Oh.
Let's continue with some of the crazy stuff. Apparently, there's a video that appears to confirm that a school worker forced a student to eat from the trash. Oh, am I not sharing the screen?
No, you're not sharing the screen.
Give me a second.
But I did see that when you posted that.
Oh, did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the video.
Give me a second.
I just think that's ridiculous, though.
Okay, let's see the video. Oh. Please don't be an ad.
Watch Team USA
God
in action
damn
on all your
it.
devices with Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig.
Of course it's going to be an ad. You know that.
Okay. Pause it.
Employee forcing a little girl to eat out of the garbage. Our Jim Nelson broke this story last month. It led to 2 employees getting fired. He's live tonight with brand new reaction to this alarming video, Jim.
You can see this, right?
What's that?
Yeah, Tiffany, it also led to a civil rights lawsuit being filed here at the federal courthouse. It is a disturbing story with serious allegations. And this new video appears
How could it be allegations when it's being proven? No?
Inside the cafeteria at Palm Elementary School.
Wait, this is an elementary school?
Happened. After a student
holy
ate
shit.
an unwanted waffle, this lunchroom monitor pulled it out and made the girl eat it. The lawyer for the student's family reacted just moments after seeing it for the first time.
Holy
himself.
shit.
The video is shocking. I mean,
That's so crazy. He should have just made everyone eat from the trash can. Like, okay, everyone, dump your food and start eating from there. Like from a trough. They should just have a trough. Why don't schools just have troughs and have kids eat off that,
setting
right?
it down in front of the child.
And while doing so, intimidates her, scares her, and is an eye shot of the principal of the school during almost the entire video.
The attorney, Jared Clevenow, filed a civil rights lawsuit against the district shortly after this happened. It was then that we talked to the girl's mother, who told me her daughter got sick after eating the food.
Oh, that's
and
even
lost
worse.
all
Okay.
desire to even go back to school.
It was hard to even, go through something like that with my child.
I tracked down the superintendent later that day.
This is a really serious situation.
It most certainly is, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his face. He has no idea what.
Investigation, and unfortunately, because of that, we can't comment right now.
The district eventually
He's like,
fired
fuck,
the
I got.
principal, and the
They're like,
principal
oh,
was
God, fucking
right there
shit,
when it all
people.
happened, and according to the district, failed to act when a complaint was made. Clevenow and the family are still moving forward with their lawsuit.
This child's constitutional rights have certainly been violated, as we are all entitled to our bodily integrity.
Okay, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Okay, like I said,
I read a little bit of it. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like seriously?"
At this point, like I said, everyone should just they should just make schools have troughs and everyone eats off those.
Apparently, we're all animals.
Yeah, just eat it. Just make it easy. You know, if you just don't discriminate, you can make everyone eat off the same thing, right?
I know, right?
Oh god, what would you thought? What would you think if that happened?
If that happened to Ursula, Mother Bear comes out. I would do exactly what that parents did. I mean, suing them, and honestly, yeah, that stuff was trash. And right now we have a plague going on right now. I don't.
Oh yeah, that on top of that, on top of that.
Like, you just put everybody else's germs into one pish posh of crap, and then you add it on top of it, just giving it, and then of course that child has become sick.
No.
Hello, those are not her germs, those are everybody's germs and then some. That's so gross. Like, I think that person should be eaten out of the trash.
Yeah, the teacher should have said,
"You shitting in the trash."
There you go. But yeah, oh man, that's gold district. You could tell by that. Was that the superintendent who used that? Or who was that?
The superintendent looks. He's
like, oh, God.
Where's my security? I forgot to bring him out. I don't know what's going on. I can't comment.
I'm like, oh shit, what do I say? The no comment rule. It's always. I love that, the no comment rule. Like, no comment.
I know it's under investigation. No comment.
I love that. But best for the family right there. I hope they win thousands of dollars.
And I hope they find a solution for the daughter who doesn't want to go to school. That obviously. That's also
that's another thing we didn't really talk about, the traumatization that just happened right there, because
I can't believe what I saw was a person of color treated by a person of white.
I don't think it was about making this racist.
No, I'm not. I'm trying, but I'm just. I shouldn't. But honestly.
Oh wow, she's she always shows her true colors or not her colors. Damn.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Anybody can say the same thing.
True. At least you said it.
I support the multicultural races out there, and I think this is it's disgusting.
All right, let's continue. Let's talk about just a woman being by a club. I think that'll be
that. What the fuck?
That seems a lot more enjoyable. Let's talk about this. So you can read the headline. Can you?
Hold on, I gotta find the article. I found it and then I lost it. There it is. All right, woman clubbed to death while sitting in the reception area of a Pennsylvania office building.
Oh shit! I didn't really read that. I just read the article. Woman clubbed to death while sitting. That's all I read. Oh shit!
Yeah, 31-year-old woman was bludgeoned to death by a man hitting her over the head with a pipe as she sat back turned in a reception area of the Pennsylvania office building. Horrific attack in the middle of the afternoon inside an office building in Old City, Philadelphia, has dozens of witnesses phoning police as the woman was beaten. Police said a 40-year-old male suspect in Philadelphia attacked a 31-year-old woman from New Jersey with the two large metal pipes that were approximately 2 feet long and 1 inch wide. Neither victim or suspect were immediately identified by police. The attack happened inside of a building at the 300 block of Chestnut Street around 2:14 on Wednesday. Police said the woman was identified as a team leader in the building, was struck at least 5 times in the head while sitting on her back turned in the reception area. Now my question is why? Later died in Jefferson University Hospital. The motive in the attack could be a rent dispute.
There's probably a reason. Okay.
Yeah, there's a reason, but
I thought it was just some random person like, I'm just gonna start clubbing people. Because you never know. There's some times where people just do crazy stuff for no apparent reason.
But I don't think that's worth Old losing her life.
So you don't know the mindset of a murderer. They just don't care. You can just...
Yeah, I know they don't care, but what I'm thinking about is, okay, so this might be a rent dispute. Only now that he's basically forcing his family out of where they're living at, leaves the family without a dad. It's just so many. I see the other side of the victims, the other victims of this. Besides that woman who probably didn't have to lose her life. I mean, honestly, all you have to do is pay your debt and move on. And yes, this is going to happen eventually. We would have to start reinforcing the rent rules after this crazy era that we've had in the last 2 years. You have to start paying for something. You can't keep thinking you can pay off on unemployment. So.
Yep. So deadbeat goes to jail. All right. That is crazy. Yeah. Some people just want to go back into the norm, living in the norm. Go back to they're starting to still live in the year of 2020, where some people didn't have it that bad actually. They actually were using it to laze about, use government money to just do. I wish I was that person at that point. I'm not gonna lie. 3 months would have been nice.
No, free rent, not doing shit.
just relax. That would have been so nice. Okay. Let's go into people freed for crimes they didn't commit. You gotta love our justice system.
All right. So late to the game.
So, a 74-year-old woman spent 27 years in prison for a murder she did not commit. She was freed. That's what's
exonerated.
Yeah. Freed. She's free to go. She just wasted 27 years of her life, though.
It's not going to be a stigma holding over her head if she chooses to go back to work or whatever. But I hope she retires and lives her life the rest of it however she wants to. And I hope she sues the damn government and gets some money so she can live nice and comfortably for the rest of her life.
No, there's that. What is that thing? I call it hush money because they fucked up.
Yeah, it's going to be a hush money. Yeah, it's definitely going to be hush money.
Because you're taking time. Time is one of the most precious things humans have. Next to money, because money is now the only other thing in the modern society. I would say if you don't live in modern society, time is the other thing precious. But for people in our space, it is it's. What did she do? Let's find out. Or what did she allegedly do?
Oh no, you don't want to read some of this. I read it. Oh, I don't know.
You got to read it. We have to talk about it. That's the show.
Fine.
Go for it. You're gonna read it because you're uncomfortable. Go for it.
A Tennessee woman was wrongfully convicted of murdering her great niece and spent 27 years in prison. Was exonerated this week. On June 26, 1987, Joyce Watkins, now 74, and her boyfriend at the time, Charlie Dunn, went to pick up Watkins' 4-year-old great niece, Brandy, in Kentucky, according to a police file in the Davidson County Criminal Court. The next morning, Brandy was unresponsive. Watkins took her to the Nashville Memorial Hospital. Brandy suffered from severe region injury and head trauma. She was pronounced dead the following day. The report stated the two were with Brandy for only 9 hours, but the medical examiner, Dr. Gretel Harlan, concluded the injuries were sustained during the time. A year later, in August 1988, Watkins and Dunn were convicted of first-degree murder and aggravated rape. The two spent 27 years behind before they were both granted parole in 2015. Before he was released, Dunn unfortunately passed away in jail. Prior to Brandy being picked up by the couple, she was living at the home of Rose Williams, Brandy's great aunt. Brandy's mother was in Georgia at the time. Throughout that period, a Kentucky Department of Social Worker visited the home, and after receiving a report, Brandy had been abused. Williams explained Brandy's Brandy was due to a playground mishap and the investigation was closed. Now, 35 years later, Watkins exonerated after it made it a point to clear her name. Dunn was also cleared of the crime and presumptuously exonerated. His daughter, Jackie Dunn, was hearing, I wish my daddy was here to witness this today. He knew he was innocent. He knew he did not commit those crimes. Yada, yada.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if anything else. Something.
The filing clarified Watkins noticed blood in Brandy's underwear when they arrived home, only an hour and a half after the couple picked her up, with at least an hour of that time spent driving back to Nashville. Report from the Dr. Shipla Reddy was included in the filing. Dr. Harlan's methodology for dating the head injury based upon a lack of histocytic response in the brain tissue is not a legitimate method of dating pediatric head trauma. This all happened before they even picked her up, so.
So this happened before. So it was one of those like weird. It's like one of those weird crime drama stuff where, like, you can pin something on someone by that.
Yeah.
That is so.
It didn't
crazy.
say it's not targeting anybody else.
Oh no,
for
but
that,
you could do it that way though. It sounds like it. Like, oh, we could pin this on them.
Yeah.
Because it happened in this span of time. Oh, that sucks. Mostly for what the original crime is. That's sad.
Yeah.
But fuck, that just sounds so like premeditated. Yes, we can pin this on them. Oh, it's so crazy. Damn. Is there any other story you want to go over? Man, that's so fucked.
Yeah,
but
kidding.
This was the 80s, right?
I mean, we did
90s.
the 80s, early 90s, essentially. You think about it.
Tech was still
they
trying.
were convicted in 89.
Tech was still up there. Is there any other story you want to go over? Because my throat is dying.
Let's finish off our, what 2021 great things were. We didn't get to finish that. I'll
let you read them.
You just relax and voice when you have the chance.
Sure. All right,
I am pulling it up right now as I speak. All right. So we left off at 20, and then we're going to start with number 21. Ready? European Parliament overwhelmingly voted in favor of phasing out cage animal farming in response to a petition signed by 1.4 million EU citizens. Cool. Number 22. Major study finds that the ozone layer is healing and is on pace for a full recovery by 2050. A much-needed win. 23. The first retirement home in Europe for elephants from zoos or circuses has been opened its doors in France. 52-year-old elephant Gandhi is their first resident. 24. In spite of historical challenges, the book industry is seeing a boom in sales as readers seek escapism and education. Support your local bookstore. 25. Spain has announced plans to ban single-use plastic wrap for fruit and vegetables as of 2023, an effort to reduce waste and plastic pollution.
Ooh, I want more plastic pollution.
I know, you guys use them for everything. And number 26, Serbia's football team earned 1 million euros for qualifying for the World Cup. The players decided to donate it all to the charities that help treat sick children in their country. It's pretty cool. 27, UK city of Leicester is installing a new network of bee bus stops. 30 bus stops that will have been topped with a mix of wildfires to encourage pollination. Cool. All for the bees. All for the bees. Number 28. Berlin will soon be home to something unique. The House of One, a place of worship and cooperation that brings a synagogue, a church, and a mosque under one roof, all linked by a meeting space. That's cool. 29. Today's small victory is that there are already 10 countries in the world whose electricity comes from 97 to 100% renewable energy sources. progress. Yes. Where are we, America, on that? 30. The Guerrilla Guardian Club in Cameroon converts poachers into protectors. Instead of earning a living through poaching, the villagers get paid to monitor primates. Unless those primates remember and they kill those guys.
Ooh.
Number 31. Babies on board. Only 73 southern resident orcas exist in the wild. Scientists had just discovered that 3 of them are pregnant and 1 is close to giving birth. It's pretty cool.
Well,
number 32. The Romanian Football Federation teamed up with the dog shelters for the soccer season. For each match, players hold rescue dogs in their arms to promote adoptions. It's cute. Number 33. The Japanese government has appointed a minister of loneliness in a bid to tackle mental health issues caused by isolation and loneliness. 34. 80% of Californian winemakers who used to rely on toxic pesticides are using barn owls as pesticide-free alternative to protect vines and eliminate pests. Environmental safety. 35. In history, Chile is creating the world's first constitution to be drafted by an equal number of women and men, a new global standard for gender equality. Okay, America, let's step up our game. We have to rewrite our Declaration of Independence. Number 36. In a major breakthrough, a blood test proved to be effective in detecting depression and bipolar disorder and matched people to the right medications. That's smart. 37. In Finland, there is a community of badass grandmothers helping to curb climate change called Activist Grannies. The goal to ensure their grandchildren have a sustainable future. Number 38. In a historic ruling, a Dutch court has ordered oil company Shell to cut its CO2 emissions by 45%, a precedent for a case against polluting multinationals. Number 39. A textile maker in London is turning tons of pineapple waste from the Philippines into sustainable vegan leather. Zero waste and cruelty-free fashion is possible. Number 40. Last but not least. Glasgow Club is trialing an innovative method that uses the dancer's body heat to generate energy to power the venue. This will save 70 tons of CO2 per year. We've done some great things in 2021. We can continue to do great things in 2022.
Well, let's hope we do.
Well, Jesus, you get better. And
I will.
We all... Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, we forgot to tell people where to buy the merch.
Yes, please buy our merch. Our Valentine's Day one is up and running. We have ended our season 3 and 4. Or is 4 still up? I can't remember.
4 will be up. 4 will be up.
A little longer. Okay. So seasons 1 through 3 are gone, and now our new season merch line 5 is also on line 2. So support us at merch.tyrant.dominus.com. Yeah.
Also, don't forget the Valentine's stuff. The Valentine's stuff.
We were creating it. Ursula inputted her vocal points too, and I think we've made some fun ones with Valentine's. And our what was our theme for this year for Valentine's? We have a theme.
I remember it.
We had a theme.
Yeah, it's on the back of the shirt.
Oh,
I remember it.
I'm trying to
Single awareness. No, it was something about singlehood.
For all those singles out there.
All the singles out there. Ursula remembered.
For all those singles. She should just be our meeting manager at this point. Like we can't remember.
Get the other kid who remembers.
But yeah, go ahead, go to merch.tyrant.com to get your stuff before it's out. Anything else before we sign out?
Be safe out there. Be good out there. I know a lot of people are getting the plague. Seems like it.
Yeah, you guys had some crazy numbers from
I had
what
a
you
crazy
mentioned.
day of my last day of my 8-day stretch too. Security, craziness, harassment. Yeah, the whole shebang in the last 20 minutes of my shift.
So yeah, so everyone stay safe out there. Follow us on all our social medias. Links are down below. Like always, you can always follow us or subscribe. It's always free, and you can always unfollow or unsubscribe. So until next time, see ya.